Welcome to your daily focus, January the 26th, 2023. The highlight of the day, Venus moves into Pisces. So there is a lot of beautiful energy that surrounds that transit. There is also some pitfalls that we need to be aware of. So we'll get to all of that. Stay tuned for it. Let's start at the beginning. I'm Tilly. This is Tarot with Tilly. And thank you. Thank you truly for all the positive, loving, supportive energy you send my way each and every day. 26 energy. 26 energy is about self-expression, developing our powers of self-expression, whether or not we're an artist or however we are creative. Okay. 26 energy is a lot of good things can come under 26 energy. So it could be in relationships, it could be financial. 2 plus 6 is an 8, and that is abundance. That is embracing our strength, embracing our courage, taking a risk on ourselves, walking with a sense of integrity. If we do the numerology of the day, it is a 1 plus an 8 plus a 7, which is a 16, and that is awakenings. So often, too, we view the awakening as something that's bad because something falls away from our life. Something no longer, it gets sealed into the past. Or we have to deal with something, there's a challenge involved that kind of changes our direction, our energy, our focus. Now, never fear, because when the 16 energy comes around, it never ever takes away something that you need in order to go forward. But it does remove the stagnant parts of our life where we don't have any movement, we don't have any growth, and it demands growth. 1 plus 6 is a 7, so that is about making the impossible possible. That is about getting the clarity, the knowledge, the understanding of how to go forward on something where you thought you were blocked prior to now. Sun is in Aquarius, Moon is in Aries, and we have Venus. Venus moves into Pisces. Now that brings out tenderness, affection. We're exceptionally giving. We're compassionate. We're capable of great sacrifice, especially when it comes to our passions and our loves and our dreams. We're very devoted under this kind of energy too. Now, the downside of it is that we may only see what we want to see. So if we step into a new relationship and we don't like certain parts, we just kind of delete them and we don't even notice them, and we just concentrate on the things that we do like, the things we do love about that person. So be very, very careful about that. Also, money. Now, money can easily slip through our fingers because we want beauty and we want passion. It's almost like we're longing for something, and we don't know really what that something is. But it's really hard to satisfy, okay? And we will end up spending a bunch of money on a bunch of stuff that really does nothing for us, okay? Your happiness is in here, okay? So turn it inwardly. If you want your money to work successfully for you, it's about using your talents, your imagination, and maybe the service to others as well, okay? And how you utilize yourself in those ways. You will see your money grow and prosper under that kind of energy. Okay, let's get to the cards, shall we? I think we should. Okay, our shadow card for today is, what is it? Oh, look at that, the 10 of Cups, the happily ever after. What a beautiful card to be our shadow card when Venus moves into Pisces. This is our happily ever after. This is your best life ever. This is what you are seeing down the road. Okay, so we'll look at that. We have our castle there. We have a rainbow with all of our cups filled with all kinds of beauty. We're dancing. The children are around us. Sometimes there's a little doggy running around, but he's not there right now. And we're celebrating, we're not celebrating our best life ever because we're not there yet. But we are feeling confident and joyful about the path we're on and what we are creating and what we are developing and what we are imagining for goals and dreams and desires to become realities in our life. Our first card is, look at this 3 of Cups. This is good news could come your way. Absolutely. When the 3 of Cups shows up, good news could be coming your way. But it's really about just getting together with people and enjoying each other's company and laughing and singing and dancing and socializing and just loving each other for just being them. And then we have all the Seven of Pentacles is back. Where is your focus? Where is your focus, and where does your focus need to be? Okay, once upon a time we planted these seeds and look at our bumper crop. But that's because we showed up each and every day. That's because we made a commitment to our goal, our dream, our desire. We had a strategy. We had a plan. You can't just plop some seeds into the ground and come back 6 months later and expect to see this. It takes work, right? We have to aerate the soil. We have to water. We may have to shade it from too much sun. It might be too hot for it. We might be, taking out the weeds and taking out the rocks and the debris around it so it can breathe, right? And it has the most growth potential. And so we always have to be focusing on how can I grow my potential? How can I expand on what I'm already doing or what I want to do going forward? How do I expand that hobby into something that brings in an income for me? How do I expand that relationship? What do I need to do? And really, when we're looking at our relationships and what we want to do, we want to be of service. So we want to do wonderful things for each other, and that's just part of it. We're very capable of all kinds of sacrifice when it comes to Venus in Pisces, so be careful of that. Okay, it can work wonderfully for you, but if you're not paying attention, if you're not conscious, it can also set some really big booby traps for you, so you don't want that. So our third card would be, look at this, the Magician comes out. The Magician comes out to say, what do you want? I mean, really give it some detail, give it some structure, give it some substance. Because the Magician is here, and the Magician will grant you any wish. So be very careful of what you're wishing for. I had a... So back in the day, I drove Bondo buggies. It was like it was going to the scrapyard, or I could maybe get a couple 100 miles out of it before it needed to actually go. And I'd pay dirt cheap money, and they'd be rusted here and rusted there, and I'd be patching it up here and there, and so that's how it gets to be called the Bondo buggy, because you're filling in all these rust spots all over until really the body is just a big bunch of Bondo holding it together. Anyways. Oh, I said, oh, please, please, please. I just want a car that I look great behind the wheel. Like, it looks sharp. People will turn their heads when they look at me. And along came this beautiful gold New Yorker. And they were scrapping it. And it was like, oh, my goodness, I'll take that. And so I did. And I was so excited. I mean, this car, it didn't look like it had any rust on it whatsoever. And it was way back in the 80s. And in the 80s, we didn't have computers and cars that talked, and this one did. I thought, oh yeah, I'm something special. I got behind that wheel. I got all dressed up. I was going down the highway, my first trip out, and it said to me, your electrical system will now fail, and it immediately seized up. And I remember I'm trying to crank it over to the shoulder. Oh my gosh. And I said, okay, so I really need something that goes from A to B. And if it looks good, so don't forget to put some words in there, okay? Because if you just kind of leave it too wide open, I mean, we don't want to get specific on exactly how it's going to show up in our lives and what color it's going to be. We don't want to narrow the choices that they have available to bring this into our life. They usually bring it in a way we never would have imagined anyway, so let them do it. But also make sure that you're putting in all the details of what needs to be and what cannot be, okay? Because I mean, I had the muffler at one time in the back seat because it fell off. Oh, I think a half a dozen times. I'd be under there, you'd see my heels sticking out, and my pantyhose, and my dress, maybe the skirt. I'd be up there with well, in those days, every coat hanger was a wire coat hanger, so I'd be taking those coat hangers apart and wrapping it around, and oh my goodness, that car really taught me a sweet lesson on adding detail to my wishes, my wants, my desires, what I was asking the Magician to bring in for me. And also watch those negative thoughts, okay? Because when you're saying, oh, I don't have enough money to pay the bill, the magician may overhear that and say, oh, well, they don't want to have enough money to pay the bills, so let's make sure that this happens. Maybe they'll need a new water tank or a new roof or whatever it may be. Let's keep them poor, okay? Because that's what they really want. So you have to really watch the words you're using when you're doing any kind of affirmation work, when you're asking for something to come into your life. Okay, if you say I can't take anymore, they'll make sure that you can't take anymore. I had one client one time, and she said, life is getting worse and worse and worse, and I can't understand what's happening, because I talk to them like every day, but it keeps getting worse. And I go, oh, okay, well, tell me what you're saying. And she says, I want to get to zero. And I went, okay, so you want to get to zero, meaning you want to get rid of your debt, right? You don't want the mortgage payment. You don't want the car payment. You want to be able to have enough money in the bank that you don't have to worry about paying those bills. Totally get that. But what they're hearing is you want to get to zero. So yeah, you're going to lose the car. You're going to lose the house. You're going to be at zero. You're going to be bankrupt and broke, because that's what you're asking for. So we need to change the words a little bit. So she changed the words, and things started to flourish in her life slowly but surely. So we have to really define what we are saying to the universe, to God, our angels, our spirit guides, the cosmos. Vitally important. So think about what you're saying, what words you're using, and where you need to fill in some blanks in order to really bring that dream into a reality for yourself. Okay, a mantra card. And we have the dolphin. Don't worry, be happy. So it really is a day where we can smile and dance and sing and laugh. And really, we started with the 10 of Cups as our shadow card. The 3 of Cups is our very first card. So it's all about enjoying the people around us. And yeah, good news could come in. So dolphin, don't worry, be happy. Look at that. Just enjoy life. Okay, the dolphin. Okay, the dolphin has a spiritual ability to uplift your spirits with its friendly, playful nature. Escape from the stress of life by being more relaxed and doing more of what you enjoy. Pursue your creative passions and use your energy in a more productive way. Try not to worry about issues you have no control over. This worrying can become a habit. So by taking a more relaxed and laid-back attitude, you can conquer your stress and become more calm and content. The mantra is, I love to be playful and let go of worry. So very much what I was saying about Venus being in Pisces right now is pursuing your creative passions and using your energy in a beautiful way. Okay, and watch those little pitfalls, because they can get you. Okay, we'll get an animal card. And we have the hawk, the messenger. Just going to hold it there. I'm gonna get it. I got it yesterday. Really get it. Just came right in for us. But I don't think I'm gonna get it. The picture's so cool. Okay, Spirit is sending you messages. Open your greater vision to see the signs. Focus on priorities. Eliminate distractions. You have a bright future. Let yourself ascend to new heights. So go with the flow. Take a risk on yourself. Believe in the next step for yourself. Oh, it came in just for a second there, huh? Spirit is sending you messages very much. Oh, there it is. Perfect now. Open your greater vision to see the signs. Focus on priorities and eliminate distractions. You have a bright future. Let yourself expand to new heights. Until we meet again, remember, I do love you.